Hello everyone, it's Miss Sim back with another video. Today we're going to be doing some artwork based off of my favorite artist, Frida Kahlo. This is Frida Kahlo. She was born July 6, 1907 in Culiacan, Mexico City. She died July 13th, 1954 in also Culiacan, Mexico City. She was also married to another very famous artist, Diego Rivera. Right here, the picture in the left of the little blue house was called La Casa Azul. This was the house that she was born in. It was also the house that she died in. And to our right is just a painting of herself and Diego Rivera. This is just more additional information. March is actually Women History Month, so this is one of the reasons why I also chose another female artist. She's also my favorite. We're also going to be looking at the differences of Surrealism and Realism. Of course, Frida Kahlo, she was a very famous Surrealist artist. So we have her picture here on our left, and it's her body turning into these vines, which is something that we know that cannot happen. But to the right, we do see this painting of fruit and a little bird is something that we can see very clearly happening in real life. And so that's the difference. Like, some of our artwork was very surrealistic and some of it was very realistic. So we're going to have to take the time to look at it and see which ones were and which ones were not. So here you guys can take the time to look at our artwork and probably decide which ones look more realistic or that are surreal. So it looks as if they were a dream or something that couldn't happen in real life. This is one of my favorite paintings of hers. This is Diego on My Mind. It was painted in 1943. And lastly, we're going to be looking at what we're going to be recreating today. So we're going to do a little bit more of a realistic drawing of one of her artworks, and it's going to be her watermelon painting. It'll be a little bit more simplified, but I know you guys are going to do absolutely amazing and you guys will love it. I know it. All right, hello. So this is what I'm working with. Obviously, a piece of paper. I'm using a half sheet of piece of paper. My paper is also landscape. There'll be two different ways to do this, but these are colors that we'll need for both options of this project. A light green and a dark green, red or any types of reddish pinkish, a blue for the sky, a black. We will also be needing brown. I just didn't show it because I kind of forgot, but that's okay. We all make mistakes. First thing we start off with is our dark green crayon. So I'm going to be using my dark green crayon to make a U shape. It'll be very big, upside down, like an upside down rainbow. And I'm going to double that line, and you'll see me do that here in just a moment. A straight line, and then all the way to connect it. So it's double lines, and then we'll connect it again. The next part is to take whichever red or pinky color you want your watermelon center to be. This one I just took plain old red. And drew a line to connect it. I'll pick up my dark green crayon again, and I'm going to be drawing an cut in half watermelon. So it's just a circle. It doesn't matter if it's absolutely perfect. Mine never really do turn out perfect. And I kind of draw it in the background of it. So it's right below it, or like right behind it. I'm going to draw another circle inside of it, so it looks as if it was cut in half. I'll finish that, and then I'll take my dark green crayon once again and draw like a little half circle right behind all of it. It might go over a little bit, but it's just to draw like this little half shape. On a watermelon, we can typically see like little lines on it, so you can take this time to draw like little lines on your watermelon to look as if it has stripes. Sometimes watermelons kind of look like they have stripes. I'm sorry for the really shaky footage, guys. My tripod's kind of wobbly when I color really hard, but it's all right. We can still see what I'm doing. So I'll do that all over it. I'll also take this time to make my watermelon little zigzags on it, however I want them to look. Then I'll color those in with my dark green. So as many zigzags as you want, however you want them to look like. There's no really right or wrong way on doing this. The stripes I created I will now color in, and then afterwards the rest of my watermelons will be colored in with my light green. So I'll go ahead and let you guys listen to some little tunes while I color this. The next step after we color our watermelon outside is to color our watermelon inside. You can take a red or a pink or like a reddy pink. Either or is going to be fine. You can even combine the colors like I did. So go ahead and do that for your inside of your watermelons. After your center parts of your watermelon are colored, you'll be taking a brown crayon and drawing your horizon line. But I'm not going to draw through it, so I'm going to draw a little line on both sides to represent my horizon line. Then I'll color the bottom part brown and I'll color my sky blue. Alright, this is what this version looks like all done. So if you guys want to, you can stick around for the part after this, and this is going to just be the same exact thing, just with watercolor. So in order to do the watercolor version, we do the exact same steps that we did for just a crown version. So it's the exact same steps. It's using your dark green crayon to do most of it. Same exact drawing. The only difference is that we're going to use watercolor to do most of our coloring for our watermelon. The light green part, our center part, will also be colored with watercolor, and then of course our sky will be colored with watercolor. Same thing with our ground. And right here again, this is just me drawing my horizon line with my brown crayon. If we do not have brown watercolor, we can use our crayon to color our ground, or you can use a brown watercolor to do so. So once again, my light green is just going to be my watercolor. You can make light green using a dark green and a yellow. That's how I make some of my light green. And then my pink or red part is just using my red watercolor. That's just a little bit more watered down. But the really important part on doing all of this is just to make sure that our water is not too wet, because then it can make our paper absolutely drenched and it comes out really weird. This part you see me doing right here is just me doing my little watermelon seeds. So make sure you do your watermelon seeds before you color the rest of your watermelon red. Because if your paper is wet and then you try to put crown on top of it, it doesn't work too well. So make sure you put your crown before you put your watercolor, and it turns out really cool. So this right here, this is my watercolor version already. And right here, this is both of my versions all nice and done. And I hope you guys had a fabulous time doing these. These turn out absolutely amazing. Both versions, they look really cool. I like them both a lot. So I hope you guys had fun doing this. So thank you so much.